Hello, Alliyan here. Today we will be taking a look at unranked 5 support player Levi Support. He has been playing Rakan since his release, with a 63 win rate this season over 200 games. Today we'll take a look at his special Rakan playstyle. Today's team composition is as follows. Red team has Shen and Talon, both excelling at creating numbers advantage. Top and mid lane, however, has a difficult matchup, and this disadvantage may affect the jungle role as well. Jungler Hekarim is running Ignite this game, hoping to help laners get through the early game. Blue team consists of heavy damage dealers, making even numbered fights quite challenging for the red team. Scaling bot lane, especially Xayah into mid game, is the red team's key for success. Let's take a look at his rune page. This is his most commonly taken rune set, which is the secret behind his high win rate. He takes Electrocute and Sudden Impact, with 2 adaptive shards, increasing his damage potential. He then chooses Ultimate Hunter and Presence of Mind to maximize the use of his ultimate. He aims at dominating lane with damage and reducing ultimate cooldowns to create actions as frequently as possible. It's a double-edged sword, because in contrast to the commonly taken Guardian and Bone Armor, these rune choices makes Rakan very squishy. Now let's take a look at his gameplay with his unique rune page. The ambush fails. Vayne loses both of her summoner spells and a potion, but Kindred picks up a kill. Rakan's first items are either Spell Thief's Edge or Ancient Coin depending on the matchup. Here he takes Spell Thief's Edge, increasing his overall damage. Karim moves into the enemy topside jungle, as Kindred was spotted invading bot-side jungle. The map is split in the middle and vertical jungling takes place. Rakan hurries back to lane, and stays safe until he catches up in levels. Quick as a lightning strike. As he sees Vayne tumble, he closes up on her with E and knocks up with W. Xayah, who is already level 3, sets up her feathers into a snare. Electrocute procs and Vayne is taken down before she can take a step back. With this play, he makes up for the first death and catch up in exp. Vayne comes back after 10 of the tower is taken out. Xayah Rakan's biggest strength is Rakan's extraordinarily long engage range. Xayah forces Vayne to tumble, then Rakan engages. He gap close with E then flash towards Vayne. He uses W, blocking off the escape path, AA and Q to get the Electrocute proc. Surprised from the engage, Vayne backs off, but Rakan's Ignite finishes her off. This is what it looks like from the enemy's point of view. He gets ganked, but with the help of his teammates, returns 2 kills. He recalls, upgrades to Frostfang and purchases a Fiendish Codex. This Rakan's first core item is Athene's Unholy Grail. The AP increases his damage from abilities, and his E-Shield grants a healing effect. With this, his all-in combo can heal up to 570 horsepower and grant 430 horsepower worth of shields at level 13. So far, bot lane is ahead, but as expected, top lane is struggling. No deaths have taken place. but there is already a 20 CS discrepancy between them. Thanks to the kill bot lane, mid lane is going even. Red team wants to make actions utilizing Shen's ultimate to gain control. With Shen's ultimate, they manage to fight back the enemy jungler and land a successful gank bot lane. Vayne comes back after 2 tower plates are taken down. Xayah is almost 2 levels ahead of Vayne. Rakan recalls and completes his Athenes. Unlike other Rakan players, this player delays his boots purchase. Rakan's agile skill set allows this player to follow a unique build path. After a recent patch, W speed now scales with MS, yet this player always buys boots after completing Athenes. In terms of combat power, a finished item is more significant, but requires better positioning. As he comes back to lane, Karim looks to make action bot. Four successful engages in 11 minutes, that's a record. He uses E, backs out to draw the enemy forward, then S again into ultimate. With the unexpected burst, they take down Vayne. Noticing Karim is coming to join, Rakan flashes in. As Rakan pulls Pike with his charm, Karim charges in. Xayah grabs the kill with her ultimate. It was a fight in front of the tower, but they managed to get 2 kills without fatal damage. This leads to the first tower going down. It is still 12 minutes into the game. They were able to grab the full tower plate gold. Bot lane finishes laning phase with 7 kills, 5 tower plates and 2 level advantage between the X. This player dominates the laning phase in many of his games. The unexpected burst of this build brings an element of surprise that catches the enemy off guard. Aggressiveness comes with a price though. These scenes were pretty common among his games. On recall, he decides to purchase Ether's Wisp, gaining increased MS and AP instead of boots. With a tower down, they swap over to the top lane. Now that he completed his support item quest, I will highlight his wars with yellow circles on the map. Before Vayne gets a chance to rotate, they take down the top outer tower. However, after a long siege, they get surrounded by 4 members of the enemy team. They gain an additional tower, but Vayne farms mid in the meantime and manages to catch up in levels. But it also allowed Shen some room to farm. They arrive at the 15-minute mark with 1500 gold lead. Kindred summons the Herald mid. Red team heads to stop it.
ダウン。
The blue team takes out the mid-outer tower. The fact that Xayah haven't upgraded her items and the enemy had pushed side lanes allowed them to do so. Red team recalls. Next fight takes place at Dragon. The weakness of this Rakan build is his squishiness. Avoiding damage is next to impossible in the later stages of the game. Usually, Resolve Runes, Zeke's Convergence, Redemption can supplement Rakan's squishiness, but he won't be choosing these in his build, so even a slight damage can be fatal. Rakan gets taken down, but he still manages to turn it into a favorable fight. After knocking up Pyke, he lures Darius and Diana into a danger zone. Karim lands an ultimate on Kindred, bringing him into Xayah's range. Talon kills Xayah. Kindred extends the fight with Lamb's Respite but is surrounded and taken down. They also manage to take down Pyke, who looks for an execute, making it a 31 kill trade overall. With a number advantage, they head straight to Baron, but Diana interferes. Red team recalls, and looks to reorganize. A common Xayah Rakan bait with increased Rakan's E range with Xayah, it is extremely effective to hide in the back. After a 5v5 fight and a Baron attempt, it is natural to think Xayah is overstaying for CS here. However, it was a trap. Pyke closes in on Xayah. But Xayah was a bait. Rakan joins instantly with Xayah and charms Pyke, but Pyke was not his only target. He notices Vayne is right behind and catches her with a knock-up. Pyke fails his flash, putting them both in Xayah's line of fire. Her feathers pierces them both and grabs a double kill. They manage to make a catch, but with Kindred, Diana and Darius alive, it's not wise to start Baron. They regroup to establish Baron vision. Pyke gets caught, costing the blue team an ace. Karim and Rakan chases Pyke with their ultimates, and takes him down before he joins his teammates. The fight starts off very close to the enemy's territory. As with the last TM fight, Darius fully stacks his passive during Kindred's ultimate. Talon and Rakan escapes from Darius.
I also hunger, creature, and when I hunger, I kill.
But Chen and Karim gets killed by a fully stacked Darius. At this point, Darius is unstoppable. Darius activates Ghost and catches up to the fleeing Talon. Talon fights back with his dying breath. Darius takes fatal damage. Rakan combos Darius and Xayah joins in to finish the kill, acing the enemy team. The bot lane duo takes down Baron Nashor. They recall Gets and Infernal Draken groups mid. Now they look to end the game. Rakan attempts a long-range engage utilizing Xayah. Vayne is their target, but she manages to flash out to safety. He manages to pull Darius forward slightly, then gets taken down. But here comes the Hecarim superplay. He casts his onslaught of shadows, pushing Kindred away and pulling Darius closer to his team. This ultimate beautifully divides the enemy team. Darius is left in an isolated position and take focus fire and dies. Note that Xayah landed a well-timed snare on Kindred to stop him from saving Darius at this instant. Xayah gets focused by Diana and Pyke, but manages to survive with Featherstorm and Shen stand united. Xayah and Hecarim finishes off the remaining players, scoring them an ace. The enemy team forfeits. GG.